Pastor Poju, we want to waste our vote on Peter Obi, Northern human rights activist reacts. Earlier this morning, FS Yusuf, a popular Northern human rights activist and journalist, took to social media to react to the trending topic regarding Pastor Poju Oyemade. Pastor Poju became a trending topic on Twitter, Nigeria, after he referred to the passionate support the Nigerian youth have for Peter Obi as enthusiasm wasted on a poorly planned project in a long Twitter thread. The pastor was forced to delete his tweet after it brought instant criticism and backlash. Wow, the strength of Twitter. FS Yusuf reacted to the topic by telling all those who don't want to join Peter Obi movement and believe and share the same opinions as Pastor Poju that Nigerian youth will just waste their votes on Peter Obi to mind their business. His statement also received mixed reactions, as many expressed that Pastor Poju did not say anything wrong in his now deleted tweets. Wow, okay. So in those reactions, a statement or comment says, but he's not gaslighting any youth in his tweets. My God, he even acknowledged the enthusiasm of the youths. It is clear the youth are speaking with a powerful voice. He only said it in order not to waste his energy, and we need to address some challenges that may cost the victory. I think one problem I would say with Nigeria, and it's not even a thing of Peter Obi, I think it's just, I guess, with the youth and the energy that we have, it's because in past times we've had so much energy. Like, it's literally a thing where it's like a cycle, and there's this atmosphere of such charged energy, right? And we don't do anything with it. It's like a cycle. It's like we start, something happens, a trigger. Next thing, people are complaining. Next thing, it goes on social media. Next thing, we're protesting. It's like a ripple on just energy, and it's charged. Like, it is so charged. And we've had multiple occasions, even with the NSAS protest as well. Like, obviously, that was different in the fact that, okay, fine, the government actually violated and actually, went to attack its own citizens. But even after that, it was sort of hard to organize and still push for something. Organizations very much keen trying to make anything work. So it's a thing where, like, you can't be surprised if people would have comments like that. It's not even a rude thing. I think sometimes we also have to look at the other side as much as we have a lot of energy, which in that regard I may agree with what he said, Pastor Poju said, as regards energy and enthusiasm. But it's, again, what do you do with that? It's not just speech. It's not just you talking. You just have the educated ones who don't want to vote, but they're the ones who will be making the most arguments. But it's like, you don't even have the numbers. It's like, that's why, if we actually all went out to vote, and let's see, yes, they have the numbers, but it's a thing where they don't speak. In fact, the people in the north, they don't even engage in conversations. The fact is, on that day, when it matters, they show up. Whether they know who they're voting for or not, fact is, they show up. That is literally what it is. I'm going to find the tweet. Now it's deleted, so you can't even find it. But the tweet by Pastor Poju, I'm sure someone must have screenshotted it somewhere. But yeah, I think that in itself is okay. And I also think that, we also need to learn, as much as we have a lot of energy, to think of the other side, because I was literally saying, with the mass movement for Peter Obi, it's like, we should not forget that we also have two veterans in the industry because it's a thing where you cannot, because you have support for one person, you underestimate and you put the others in a position where they look like the underdogs, because you have to be scared of the underdogs. You don't just push someone to the side and underestimate the impact or the power that they have. And I think we're doing that a lot, especially with Tinubu and Atiku. Like, we have to remember, these are the OGs of the industry. So it's a thing where it's like, yes, we are so excited, but you don't forget the other side. And I think, we have that. It should have been a habit. It's a pattern that we have, and maybe it does need to stop. Okay, so now there are different opinions on what Pastor Poju has said. first comment I see here on Twitter says, Pastor Poju was called out for twisting the word of God. He deleted the misleading tweet. Now, naysayers are attacking obedience for spotting an obvious deception by a so-called man of God who supported Buhari in 2015. This is not 2015. Religious banditry will not be tolerated. I keep saying this. Igbos are hated for no reason in this country. Pastor Poju's tweet speaks of this deep hatred. A Muslim ticket is okay, another northern president is okay, but an Igbo president is a poorly planned project. We will see. But I think, that is also true as well. I feel like, why is there so much resistance? Like, it's a bit, is it that it's threatening to them? Because, okay, fine, given the fact that we have the Biafran war, I think at this point, that's for Igbos to decide if they're gonna, forgive the Nigerian government or like get reparations. That's a whole different conversation. However, it's like, why is it so sick? Why are they so scared? What is the problem? I don't understand why Igbo presidency is such a, and so of course, with that, a lot of narratives will be said about, the Igbos, and also the narratives will be said about, IPOB. I mean, I've said it before. I mean, maybe IPOB has just not been in the news, or maybe they've been speaking. But in recent times, in terms of popularity, IPOB, they've really been quiet. So it's like, when something is actually in their favor, I mean, again, they're not even like dramatic people anyway. They're not just noisemakers. But it's like, they are willing to conform and play according to the rules when things are doing okay. The only reason why we would even choose to separate anyway is because of how bad the country is. Because it's like, what? We wanted to leave anyway. We might as well just go. We don't have to deal with this. You know what I mean? So that's what in the most simple terms, I assume the thinking pattern of Biafra is basically, or IPOB itself. So Pastor Poju had to delete his tweet of supporting Bola Tinubu. This country has a lot of enemies within. Even a pastor is advocating for Tinubu. God help us. Pastor Poju referred to obedient movement as by the youth as enthusiasm on a poorly planned project. These pastorpreneurs that wear suits and speak good English to hoodwink their audience for cash, the audacity. Why did he delete the tweet? That is very true as well. And I think this is now a new generation of Nigerians, again, on social media. It's like, you don't try nonsense. Like, you would say something wrong. Maybe there's some negative aspects to it that would only push for one narrative and not allow for others to express their opinions, which is a downside. However, when it comes to things like this, Nigerians, the same attitude on the street will bring it onto Twitter, because Twitter is rough. So it's like, you need to be careful with things that you say. But I think, it shows, the mindset and the unison of at least what the youth are thinking online. And they've proven that they're not just all about words because of the mass registration of getting their PVCs. And also, that action solidifies and builds that faith that they're actually getting somewhere. So we'll see how it goes. Campaigns are coming soon, and we will see the structure that they say Peter B lacks. The people will become the structure, and we will see how our campaigns go. Put what you think about this in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.